Deciding on what to play as a new player, personally, I'm kind of 50-50. It's between my Chivalry Bard and a Straw Hat's Death Necro. And I've been playing the Death Necro the past week, and I gotta say it's been a lot of fun. Good. So today what I wanted to do is I wanted to actually create a pros and cons list for both of those templates. So with that, guys, sit back, grab yourself a beer, and let's talk about it. Starting out with the Chivalry Bard, the template is simple. Chivalry at 120, Peacemaking at 100, Disordinance at 100, Tactics at 100, Musicianship at 100, Tracking at 100, and Macing at 100. For a more in-depth look, check out the full video by clicking the link at the top right. But today, let's talk about the pros and the cons of it. Let's start with the pros. There's virtually no startup cost at all for it. You can hit the ground running with the materials in your bag, using that to gather up more and eventually save for your Bard Codex and Aspect. As long as you're not attempting to kill things beyond your effective barding limit, there's virtually no risk involved when it comes to PvM. Now, sure, you might get a barding break here or there, but with 3 hills and plenty of utility and defensives and chivalry, you should easily be able to tank past it until you can read peace. Another one is, since things are doing little to no damage on you, there is really no reason to buy expensive armor. GM Iron will do just fine. Sacred Journey and Chivalry really makes travel and getting back into the action much easier for a new player, also allowing you to meet with your friends much easier. Speaking of friends, being the life of the party, buffing your fellow adventurers, it really feels awesome. If you're grouping with people, you guys will decimate things thanks to your party buffs. All right, now for the cons. Let's talk about the cons. I'll be completely honest. It's very boring. There really isn't anything glorious about bashing a monster that can't do anything. I mean, sure, it's fun at first, but hours and hours and hours of it can be pretty bland. Another con is you're a PK loot pinata. You really can't do much versus a PK. 2 of your heals are disabled the moment you engage in PvP. All you can really do is hope that you catch them on tracking and hit a moongate before they hit you. Another one is you are completely crippled if a thief steals your instrument. It's 100% what makes you able to do your barding skills. So unless you come prepared and have a trapped box, a thief can be more annoying than being PK'd just due to the hassle. Lyric isn't a cheap aspect, but it's not near as expensive as it used to be. At 12 to 15,000 gold per core, it's definitely not easy for a new player starting out. In conclusion, I still feel like this is a great template for a new player here on Outlands. From start to end game, it's extremely viable and sought after for group play and bosses. Group play is definitely the best way to gain experience quick. You can easily transition this template into more damage and other more aggressive playstyles as you gain an aspect, links, codex power, and familiarity to the dungeons and the game as a whole. Alright, let's talk about a Straw Hat's Death Necro. The template is as follows: Hurting at 120, Spirit Speak at 120, Necromancy at 120, Eval Intelligence at 100, Magery at 100, Wrestling at 80, and Meditation at 80. For a more in-depth look, check out a Straw Hat's extremely detailed video by clicking the link at the top right. But let's start with the pros. Earth Elementals, even without the Summoner's Tomb leveled, are extremely tanky, allowing you to go much deeper into dungeons than you normally would starting out. Even if they do die, it's very easy to summon up another one. As far as the aspect, Death Aspect is extremely cheap at 3,000 to 5,000 gold per core. It's very easy to get started and level Death. Now, don't let the price fool you. It's very powerful. The non-stop regain of unholy symbols allow you to almost spam your necro abilities, and they are even stronger due to the effective necromancy bonus that Death provides. Similar to Earth and Discipline for Dexters, this is one of those extremely undervalued aspects. The startup cost isn't as steep as once thought. If you take 3 Magery skills at character creation, you'll be given enough free cast to get Magery to 80 in Shelter Island. At that point, you can muster about 2,000 of each reagent and a Verhide satchel valued at 4,000 to 6,000 gold, then you can finish the job of getting 100 Magery. The template itself is a lot of fun. Both the Wizard Grimoire and Summoner's Tome give a lot of strong, powerful upgrades that make grinding out the player progression systems a lot of fun as well. Furthermore, you will have plenty of buttons to be hitting as you play this template, once again creating engaging, fun gameplay. As for the cons, even though we previously mentioned how inexpensive it actually was to get started on this, the startup cost still beckons the age-old tip of harvesting. Getting that 2,000 of each reagent and 5,000 gold for a Verhide satchel will take quite some time down in Shelter Dungeon, so don't put away your hatchet or pickaxe yet. Go out there and start chopping. Another one is, once again, you're not too hard of a target for PKs. With no magic resist, we'll be taking massive hits from PKs. On the bright side, we do have some wrestling, so we can enjoy not being interrupted as often when we try and heal. That being said, this is a PVM template. It shouldn't be difficult to adjust it for more PvP survivability if we try. Similar to the Bard, if we lose our Crook, we lose a substantial amount of damage being dealt by our pets. However, it's not completely crippling. It's just a huge debuff and one to make you question leaving the dungeon very early. Reagent upkeep is not fun, especially as a new player. To help with that, get some inexpensive wizard satchels for farming. You'll thank me later. In conclusion, aside from still needing to come up with some cash in order to be able to start farming with this template, I find it to be very front-end powerful. The ability to farm the top level of SSC even prior to having aspect is game-changing and such a pivotal and player progression. However, being forced to harvest feels bad, and I don't think it's a good introduction to the game. You can easily transition this template though into a more damage and other more aggressive playstyles as you gain an aspect, links, codex power, and familiarity to the dungeons in the game as a whole, just like the Chivalry Bard. So, what do you guys think? Which is better? Comment below and let us know what your take is on the whole thing. Keep in mind, this is a new player template, not I've already been established and this one does this better or what have you. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Shout out to the Patreons, the channel members, and you for liking this video, as it helps with discoverability for myself and Outlands in general. I will see you guys on the live streams most evenings at 8:30 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube. Make sure and also comment below a video suggestion that you'd like to see me cover, as I love doing videos that you guys suggest. I'll see you guys next time. Hone Star Gaming out.